Hello everyone, here with Stone Age Studios again. This time I'm here to talk about aquaponics. Aquaponics is the combination between hydroponics and aquaculture. Aquaculture being the farming of fish, and hydroponics being the growing of plants in a water solution. In hydroponics, you have to put nutrients in the water in order to grow your plants. And in aquaculture, you have to filter out all this waste that your fish produce. In aquaponics, we take that waste that the fish produce and turn it into nutrients for our plants. There's a couple of different methods of aquaponics. All of them involve some sort of fish. Usually the fish are in some sort of fish tank, and the fish tank is either connected to a system of beds called grow beds, where you put your plants in some sort of medium like fired clay balls or soft gravel, something like that. Not too hard. You don't want dirt because dirt can filter out into your fish tank where your fish are. And what you do is you take a pump and pump the water through your grow beds to supply nutrients and water for your plants. Another method is using float beds, which consist usually of foam, but if you have bigger float beds, you can make them out of pretty much anything that floats, where you have your plant roots dangling right into the water where the fish are. Aquaponics uses 1/10 of less water than it normally takes to water the plants that you're growing. Hydroponics is very, very bad for the environment. A lot of the chemicals that they put in the water to supply nutrients as well as keep it temperatures, deal with the pH level, things like that, when it goes into our streams and stuff, it is really bad for the environment. In aquaponics, you don't need to add any nutrient supplements. Everything you have is right there from the fish going into your plants, which is another really good upside of it. Besides growing plants, you also get fish out of the deal too. A lot of people use tilapia in their aquaponic systems. However, others use rainbow trout, largemouth bass, or really any type of fish you want to. The bigger fish are good for eating, but I made an aquaponic system out of a fish tank with goldfish in it. And goldfish are really resilient too. They're resistant. They can deal with almost any pH level and any temperature too, which is good. One thing that's good to remember about aquaponics is that the nutrients that your plants is getting is nitrates. They are getting nitrates. Plants need both nitrates and phosphorus. Those are their two main sources of energy. Nitrates is what allows plants to leaf out. It's what helps them grow big leafy fronds and grow, when phosphorus is what they need to fruit. So since fish waste only creates nitrates, make sure to only put plants in your system that you collect the leaves of. For instance, lettuce, a lot of different types of herbs. I usually use lettuce. You can use spinach, anything along those lines. If you want to add phosphorus to your system in order to grow things like tomatoes and fruits and pretty much anything that has a fruiting body that you're going to harvest, a really good way how to do that is with oyster shells. Oyster shells are pretty much calcified phosphate. You can get them pretty much anywhere. Check out a hydroponic store or online, and pretty much put them in a tub and run your water through it before going to your grow beds. That way, it'll fill the water up with phosphates, which will get fed directly to your plants and be filtered out before it reaches your fish. Having plants hooked up to your system is they work as a filter and an oxidizer for you. Moving that water around will supply a lot of oxygen to your fish, which is good for them, keep them nice and healthy, and it'll filter out all of that excess waste and other things. If you're running an aquaponic system, it's good to make sure that you don't have a lot of algae and other sort of aquatic plants in your pond or fish tank, because they also feed off of the nitrates in the water. A really easy way how to test your water for nitrates and phosphates is to just take it to a fish store. A lot of fish stores check fish tank water for nitrates, phosphates, ammonia levels, pH levels, all that stuff. And so if you take just water from your system to them, and usually it costs a little bit of money, they can check your water and tell you what's in it, what type of stuff's in it, and what you need to be doing differently. So anyway, that concludes this week's Cave Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a little bit more of like an educational video than like a funny thing. But yeah, aquaponics is really cool. I highly recommend getting more into it. One really cool aquaponics website that I definitely recommend checking out is called HD Aquaponics. They actually have a video blog on their website with a whole bunch of different types of systems. And they build new systems, try out new systems, try out new fish and new plants, and they have a lot of information. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. If you enjoyed what you have seen, If you have enjoyed what you have seen, click the subscribe button for more videos.